Okay, picture this. A cold, silent server room at the Technical University of Denmark. A supercomputer has just finished a single calculation that took thousands of hours to run. There's no big announcement, no cameras flashing, just a little green cursor blinking on a screen, signaling a discovery that's about to rewrite a century of human biology and reveal a pretty chilling truth hidden inside our own blood. A truth that starts with one simple, really unsettling question.
Right? What if that thing that's so fundamental to who you are, your blood type, isn't just a simple genetic coin toss? What if it's actually the evidence of an ancient microscopic war, a scar left on every single one of your red blood cells?
So let's start with how this all came to light. It begins with an AI that was, completely free of human bias, of all the academic baggage we carry around. It just looked at the raw data and saw a foreign code right there inside our blood. And what it found? Well, it completely shatters a core belief we've held on to since the year 1900. Now, to really get what's going on here, we need a super quick refresher. Your blood type, it's all about these tiny little flags, they're called antigens, on the surface of your red blood cells. If you're type A, you've got A flags. Type B, you've got B flags. AB, you guessed it, has both. And type O, well, for more than 100 years, we thought it was just a blank slate, no flags at all. And this is where our whole understanding gets turned on its head. For a century, we believed type O was the thing on the left. Just an empty slate, maybe a passive genetic quirk that just switched things off. But the AI, it revealed the truth is much closer to what you see on the right. It's not empty, it's a crime scene. The AI found clear evidence that the flags were supposed to be there, but something had come along and violently, almost surgically, ripped them off. So the AI basically put on its detective hat. It became this digital bloodhound and started a forensic investigation, not in some dark alley, but on the tiny molecular surface of our own cells, trying to figure out, what kind of weapon could possibly leave such a clean, precise mark. And it followed the evidence step by step, just like a real detective. First, it found these microscopic cuts, the exact spots where the antigens were removed. Then it identified the unique signature of the weapon itself, a specific kind of enzyme, which is basically a pair of molecular scissors. With that signature, the AI scanned every genomic database on the planet, hunting for any life form that had this exact tool. And what it found was a 100% perfect match. The odds of that being random? Basically zero. A mathematical impossibility. So the big question is, where did this weapon, these molecular scissors, come from? Not from some secret government lab, not from aliens. The AI traced the signal to a place that's darker, more crowded, and way more foreign than any of us could ever imagine. Our own gut. This is our culprit. Say hello to Akkermansia muciniphila. And here's the crazy part. Until this discovery, we thought this bacteria was our friend. It was even nicknamed the slimming bacteria because it shows up a lot in healthy people. Turns out, we were very, very wrong. The AI uncovered its double life. Akkermansia isn't just some helpful, quiet roommate. It's a master biochemical hacker. You see, its favorite food is the mucus that lines our intestines. But, and this is the absolute key, that mucus is chemically almost identical to the A and B antigens on our blood cells. To this little bacteria, it's all just one big buffet. And to give you a sense of the scale we're talking about, just think about this. The total weight of all the bacteria, viruses, and fungi living inside of you can be up to 3 kilograms. That's more than the weight of your own brain. It's this hidden, incredibly complex organ that we know less about than the surface of Mars, and it's been actively changing who we are this entire time. Okay, but why? Why would it do this? This wasn't just some random act of biological vandalism. The AI uncovered a motive. And it suggests that this microscopic crime might just be the very reason humanity is still around today. Here's why. One of the absolute deadliest killers in all of human history is the malaria parasite. So how does it get inside our red blood cells to cause so much destruction? Well, it uses our type A and type B antigens as door handles. It literally latches on, turns the knob, and lets itself in. So by snipping off those A and B antigens, our gut bacteria were essentially breaking the door handles off. They made our cells smooth, slippery, giving the malaria parasite absolutely nothing to grab onto. This is why type O blood is so incredibly dominant in parts of the world where malaria is rampant. It's a survival trait that was gifted to us by our own microbiome.
The source material really puts it perfectly with this quote, which is just, it's mind-bending. We survived not because we were the strongest, but because we made a deal, a symbiotic contract with an internal alien life form that literally re-engineered our bodies to keep us safe. Now, this discovery isn't just a cool history lesson. It hands humanity a technology that represents both a breathtaking medical promise and a terrifying new peril. It is a true double-edged sword. And that really is the heart of the matter now, isn't it? Is this knowledge a miracle cure that's going to save millions of lives? Or is it a biological curse that we are going to deeply regret ever uncovering? The promise is, well, it's nothing short of the holy grail of transfusion medicine. And this isn't science fiction. Scientists at the University of London have already made it work in the lab. We can actually use these bacterial enzymes to take any blood type and convert it into universal O-negative blood. And we can do it on an industrial scale. This could end blood shortages forever. It could save countless lives. And it's a huge but. The peril is just as massive. What happens when we pump this Frankenstein blood into people? The little leftover scraps of antigens could trigger catastrophic immune storms. And bigger picture, our sterile, antibiotic-obsessed modern world is killing off the very microbiome that protects us. The AI has already found a direct link between losing these ancient bacteria and the modern explosion of autoimmune diseases like allergies, diabetes, and MS. We've broken a contract we didn't even know we had signed. And finally, all of this forces us to fundamentally redefine what it even means to be human. It feels like for the very first time, we, the puppets, are finally seeing the strings. I mean, just stop and think about this. A discovery that should win a Nobel Prize was made not by a person, but by an AI. And that same AI revealed that a colony of bacteria living in your gut has been modifying your body at the cellular level for millennia. It even found evidence these microbes can mess with your brain chemistry, affecting your moods, your food cravings, maybe even your thoughts. So who's really calling the shots? In the end, the AI didn't just decode our blood, it decoded our dependence. It showed us that we aren't these sovereign individuals we like to think we are. We're walking, talking ecosystems, co-piloted by forces we're only just beginning to grasp. So the final question is, now that you know the strings are there, can you ever really feel truly free again?